Hi everyone, thanks for joining us for Northern Ag TV. Well, 3 senators reintroduced the Meat and Poultry Special Investigator Act of 2025. This legislation would create the Office of the Special Investigator for Competition Matters. By creating this office within the Packers and Stockyards division at the Ag Department, the office would hold legal powers to address violations of the Packers and Stockyards Act taken by the Big Four meat packers. Montana Farmers Union President Walter Schweitzer expresses the need for the bill to become law, as meat packers have taken advantage of both producers and consumers for years.
We need a referee, if you will, that will call fouls and have the authority to not only call that foul, but penalize them. So much so that they could put them in jail. When you're price gouging a consumer, when you're price gouging the producer, and you get caught doing it, you should go to jail.
This is the 3rd time that the Meat and Poultry Special Investigator Bill has been reintroduced. The Montana Livestock Loss Board is accepting applications for 2025 loss prevention grants through May 31st. These grants support projects that help reduce livestock depredation by wolves, grizzly bears, and mountain lions. Eligible applicants include individuals or corporations directly involved in livestock production, youth and FFA or 4-H, and nonprofits partnering with producers. Applicants must contribute a 30% cost share, and grants can cover up to 10% of the livestock value protected. Projects must follow approved predator prevention practices by the board. Contact the Montana Livestock Loss Board to apply. Montana Farm Bureau recently hosted its speech contest where 7th through 9th grader students answered questions in just 4 minutes about their future roles in agriculture and rural communities. This year's winner was Addison Bishop from Corvallis, a 4-H member of the Summerdale Club. The runners-up included Riley Deniston of Park FFA, Allison Hirschberger from Denton, Layla Dice, Miles City FFA, and Shalise Stone, Geraldine FFA. We'll be back with the markets right after this.
From the beginning, we've worked closely with farmers. BNSF's ties to the agricultural community go back 175 years. Together, we've innovated to make the U.S. agriculture supply chain one of the most efficient and productive in the world. Our strong relationship powers BNSF still today and helps us move the nation like no one else can. At BNSF, we move the nation for you.
Talking with someone that you know is stressed out, those are difficult things to approach, but if you're good friends with those people, reach out and say, I'm here to talk to you. We can find somewhere to get some assistance. It's hard to get involved, but at the same time, you want to just say, hey, there is help available.
For more tips in dealing with stress in agriculture or for free counseling for egg producers, visit beyondtheweather.com.
Well, it's been an interesting past 2 days for the cattle market. Traders quickly bought into the futures market in anticipation of beef demand continuing to remain strong after Trump announced the pause on tariffs for 90 days on Wednesday. The contracts did fade back a bit on Thursday coming off of this excitement in the market as traders look towards this week's cash cattle trade, which is expected to be weaker and delayed until Friday. Beef production for 2025 was raised by 15 million pounds due to heavier carcass weights and faster cow and bull slaughter, while steer price projections for Q2 and 4 were significantly increased. A big replacement sale in Great Falls this week with over 700 head of cattle going through the ring. Quite a few cow-calf pairs selling at a 31.75 average and bred 3 to 4 year olds averaging 3,300. Cull cows topped out at 179. Wheat futures were up on Thursday morning following the pause on tariffs, but ended up closing the session lower. The expectation for the supply and demand report was that ending stocks would rise due to a decline in exports, and that's exactly what happened. With stocks at 846 million bushels, up 27, the average wheat price remains unchanged at $5.50 per bushel. Globally, ending stocks rose marginally to 260.7 million metric tons. Regionally, Argentina and Ukraine saw small stock declines, while Russia and Australia posted increases. Russian and Ukrainian export estimates were slightly reduced, and China's wheat import forecast was significantly cut from 6.5 to 3.5 million metric tons. Well, that's it for today's Northern Ag TV. Thanks for joining us and have a great day.